Govee has been taking smart lighting to the next level lately, first with the enormous 9-foot light wall that I reviewed a few weeks back, and now with the Ceiling Light Ultra. First teased at CES 2026, they've brought that sort of pixel display madness indoors in the form of the Ceiling Light Ultra. Rather than just a set of coloured LEDs, the Ceiling Light Ultra is a matrix of 616 LEDs in a 53cm diameter circle, allowing it to behave like a really low pixel display. I'm James Bruce, you're watching MatterAlpha.com reviews, home of all things that matter in the smart home. This is the Govee Ceiling Light Ultra, and it costs around $250 at launch. Is it worth it? So let's start with installation, because it's as simple as it could be, but still a little frustrating depending on how your home is wired. Skip to the timestamp listed on screen now if you don't care about the install and just want to see the scenes in action. So the Govee Ceiling Light Ultra just needs a live and a neutral. There's no need for an earth, seemingly. Now, if you pulled your existing lighting fixture down and you see just a live and a neutral, then good for you. I pulled mine off to find about 10 different wires, and I'll briefly explain because you may find yourself in a similar situation. If this is you, then you have what's called a ring main system, where each light draws power from an always-on ring that loops around all your ceilings. This is a cost saving effectively. Rather than running one cable from the fuse box to each room light, you just run a loop from one to the other. Then from the ceiling, one set of wires will be your switch. In my case, the actual live for the lighting fixture is denoted by a black cable with a red collar, while neutral is just black. Yours may vary, of course, but this is about as complicated as they come. Now, you do need to be very careful, because you might think, oh, I've switched it off at the wall light switch, it's fine. But actually, like I said, the ring is always on. It's always live regardless of that switch on the wall, so you need to turn it off at the isolator or fuse box. Don't ask me how I found that one out. Also, I discovered a little thing called a live wire tester pen as well, just to be sure. Very handy. And bear in mind, when you wire this thing up, unlike me in this initial footage, make sure you get it the right way round. On the Ceiling Light Ultra fixture, white is neutral, which should go to black on your ceiling. Black on the light is live, which should go to red collared black on the ceiling. Again, yours may vary, but this is pretty common in the UK. Now, in fairness, Govee makes the actual wiring on its side as easy as possible with the included terminals and push-fit wire joiners. So you don't need any other tools or soldering or even a screwdriver for that. But if you aren't confident with this sort of thing, or rather you aren't confident in dealing with the aftermath when you do inevitably screw it up or get shocked and end up cursing like a dock worker while your arms resonate with the most intense pain you've ever felt, or perhaps you're just renting, you should probably get a qualified electrician to install it.
Moment of truth.
Anyway, good news, it turned on. And at this point, you should block off your light switch. This is a smart light. Obviously, it needs to be powered in order to remain under your control remotely or via automations. If you switch it off at the wall, it won't work. So, on to functionality. When you first configure the app, it asks you to consider the orientation. And I think this highlights the only problem with the Ceiling Light Ultra, in that the concept of orientation makes perfect sense for a canvas of LEDs that are on the wall. But when it's on your ceiling, which way counts as up and which way counts as down? The only time I would say this makes sense is if you install it sort of above your bed. And for that, you know, ideal. You can rotate it until it matches the symbol in the app in 90-degree intervals. So just make sure you're matching the cardinal directions, it doesn't matter which one. But having installed it here in my game room, I was sort of stuck as to which way I should make it face. In the end, I figured sort of facing the door made sense, so you could see the animations as you walked into the room. Although most of the time we're sat around the table in every cardinal direction underneath, so which counts as up? It doesn't make sense. Also, just to note, there's an additional set of LEDs that project outwards onto the ceiling that can be separately turned on and off for a little extra ambience. These are mostly just to duplicate what's on the edges of the main display. Now, in fairness, there are a huge range of scenes in the app, but the experience when selecting them can be frustrating because some of the scenes are clearly just animated AI generated GIFs. And when they're trying to load in, it takes a long time. Some are encoded to be much smaller, or they're animated programmatically in code instead, and those load instantly. But the GIF-based scenes, they seem to take a good few seconds to buffer in. And as with my wall light review, many of the scenes don't loop perfectly. So it's disappointing to see a sort of 3-second animation cut jarringly at the end. Now, there's one interesting new feature here, a sort of complex automation system called Day Sync, and you can either custom make your own or just choose from the defaults, which aim to replicate mostly a circadian rhythm, for want of a better description, so a bit like a sunrise alarm. You can choose to have a sort of red to orange to warm white wake up and the same in reverse to dusk, or you can choose to match a typical workday, giving a cool white energetic feeling throughout the day. Or more interestingly, you can choose to match the current weather. So this will actually select from 8 different effects, 8 different scenes, depending on how the weather is outside. Weirdly, in the UK, we can sometimes get every kind of weather in the space of a single day. So I was hoping to test this and see how it changed. But of course, since filming this, it's done nothing but generic half sun, half cloud, which doesn't actually trigger a specific effect. It's just a default 50% warm white. So I can't tell you how well this automatic scene selection for the weather really works because it hasn't triggered yet. Lastly, it's worth talking about the music DreamView mode for parties, because the Ceiling Light Ultra can act as a hub for musically synchronized effects. So I've got the skyline there, the mini panels over here, the hex panels on the wall, and the wall, I forget what they called it, the wall light there. And they're all working in sync with the Ceiling Light Ultra controlling the action. In terms of brightness, unlike most ceiling fixtures which use a dome covering to diffuse the small amount of LEDs inside, the Govee Ceiling Light Ultra covers every square inch of the inside with these RGBWW LEDs. And therefore, when they're all on, it is bright. Really, really bright, up to 5,000 lumens to be exact in pure white mode, and that's with a color rendering index, or CRI, of 95, which is impressively high as well, and that means that objects under the light will look as natural as possible, as if it was daylight. Now that's more than enough brightness to light up a large-sized room as if it was daylight. As ever, color effects are less bright though, and the diffuse nature of the LED matrix means you don't really get defined patches of color being projected into your room. I was hoping for more of a sort of granular light emission, but in the end it doesn't really do that. The light is just diffused completely by the time it gets around the room. It's all mixed together, so you only really get the effect on the lighting fixture itself and not a projection around it. Should you buy the Govee Ceiling Light Ultra though, given the premium cost and the quirkiness of some of the animations, the Ceiling Light Ultra certainly isn't a must-buy item for anyone. There are a few situations where I can see this being really appreciated though. For instance, if you have a basement or apartment without natural lighting, the high brightness from this one fixture will act like a daylight lamp, and the ability to show weather effects really gives a cool illusion of being connected to the outside world, like a fake little window. The day sync should be fantastic for that. Obviously I can't confirm it actually is, but it will also help to keep your circadian rhythm in sync. If you're installing it above your bed, then brilliant, the animations make more sense, or on the wall, in fact, like a little porthole on a ship, that would be awesome. It would really suit that. But for everyone else just wanting to put it in the middle of the room, it doesn't make a lot of sense on most of the scenes, depending on where you're sitting in the room, and you may not even be looking directly at it. Things that look like a little ceiling window on the world, like clouds, absolutely. Geometric, music synced patterns, I love those. But actual 2D animations of the real world of scenes being displayed doesn't make any sense at all when it's mostly above you. I think the concept is brilliant, and I'd love to see a version 2 created as a dome. So no matter where you are in the room, it can protrude downwards and show you the animation sort of correctly. But also a shift away from the cheesy AI generated GIFs and instead a focus on smoother, cleaner, custom crafted weather effects. to really lean into the day sink, the outside-in feel, as well as some more geometric abstract scenes that can be projected around the room better with a dome. Those are really the strength of the product, I feel. So impressive on a technical level, definitely some brilliant use cases, but certainly not a must-buy for everyone. I'm James Bruce, you're watching MatterAlpha.com reviews. Hit like if this video told you what you need to know about the Govee Ceiling Light Ultra, gave you a little glimpse of the scenes that are available. Do consider subscribing to the channel and head on over to MatterAlpha.com for more news, reviews, explainers, tutorials, and a full database of Matter-compatible products. Until next time.